So we're back. We're drinking a mystery drink. Um, we have Gengar here. Yeah, this intro is a little wild. Anyways, say a little Squirtle. Squirtle, Squirtle. You know. Okay, so this video is just me talking about what to expect. Well, we'll talk about that towards the end of the channel, but like what to expect and an update of what's been going on. And mainly, I'm making this video just so I can set the tone for the next videos after this one. So yeah, I might have a little PowerPoint. Little PowerPoint. Anyways, okay, update. What the fuck I've been doing? So I've been going through my own little dark night of the soul. Yeah, I'm just gonna hop into it. There's not too much. But I can talk a lot, so we'll see. I meant to get some water, fuck. But going into the darkness, the dark night of the soul, and I called it the dark night of the soul because it simultaneously it's a dark night. You're going into the darkness like hermit mode to regaining your strength and power, but it's also a night in the sense because you're regaining your strength and power, and you're becoming your own hero, your own knight, your own Cinderella story. It's you yourself handling your shit, basically, right? Basically. Sardines and mustard, olive oil, smoked. Maple syrup. Can you see that? Cinnabon. But yeah. So, exactly. So yeah, I was going through that. I've been in this little dark night of the soul for 3 months, and I'm just now starting to get out of it, right? And I've learned so much going through the dark night of the soul, because I'm sorry, when I think of dark night of the soul, I don't know if y'all know this, but Sonic has a game. I can't think of the name of it. Actually, let me look it up. Make sure there's no porn up here. Sonic. Oh, I think it's Unleashed. Oh my god. Oh. First of all, why Sonic have to have those? Say werewolf. That is not it. Sonic. Yes, Sonic and the Black Knight is giving Sonic and the Black Knight when I think of Dark Knight of the Soul. When I think Dark Knight of the Soul, Dark Knight of the Soul, I think of Sonic and the Black Knight. But yeah. So like a lot of things that I've learned. Okay, and there is no order to this. I'm just gonna tell you everything I learned. Like there's no linear path to it. So one thing I've learned was being of all paths. Like, I'm not talking about just like the left, middle, or right path. I'm talking about because everything's on a spectrum, right? It was a law of rhythm, where where you have certain, and it's another thing too. I had to deconstruct that everybody's not on the same path, because I will follow so many people, star seeds or light workers, and they make it seem like there's only one way to be powerful, one way to be in tune, and it's not true. And there are so many ways to be one with yourself and the cosmos, and that's being authentic, that's being true to you. And I was learning that because I'm naturally of the underworld, right? That's like my soul lineage. I'm of the darkness, of the infernal realms, of the underworld realms, right? So I learned that I do resonate a lot with people of the left hand path. If you don't know what that is, it's a certain type of, not ideology, but it's like a principle, a certain type of way of doing stuff, believing in stuff, and moving throughout the world, right? Boom. So the left hand path is more so self sovereignty, right? Everything that's done, you did it type thing. What I mean by that is you take full responsibility of your actions and the shit that comes of it, right? If you ever play Sonic Heroes, let me just take, let me just, cause y'all don't know shit, no fucking shit. Ah, sick of this shit. Okay, so if you ever play Sonic Heroes, I hope y'all can see that. If not, oh well. Um, you have essentially, this is the perfect representation of the left hand path. Well, left hand path, right hand path, middle. Well, right hand path, middle path. Right, right. So that being said, no, I'm kidding. Let me stop. The left hand path I like to call is Team Dark, where you're going about through life, but you're going through life with the hardest difficulty. That's the best way I can put it. You're choosing the hardest path that most people won't even take. And even within that left hand path, not many people will excel, right? Because you're taking full responsibility. You have no safety net. And at best, hopefully I ain't gotta edit this part, but let's see. Actually, let me pause it. I can do that. I forgot. Okay, so I found it, right? So let me go back to the left hand path real quick. So the left hand path is do it yourself, right? Team Dark. The middle hand path, oh, it's absolute. The right, the left hand path is absolutely really no safety net, no safety net. The right hand path, full safety net, right? And keep in mind when I'm talking about these paths, I'll make a video about it, but I'm just gonna briefly talk about it, right? Because this is what this video is about. Each path are all equally sacred and all equally important. I just want to make that clear because I also want. I'm going to get into more about it in a minute. Because how it's a spectrum, right? Because a lot of people think, oh, if you're a left hand path, you're only this. If you're a right hand path, you're only this. If you're the middle path, you're only this. And that's not true. If you're any path, all paths intersect with each other, right? And there is percentages of each path that you can be. You can be 80% left hand and like 20% right. You know what I mean? And it's not even about the percentage. It's just about just knowing who you are, right? So, like I said, I'm gonna get into that more. But the right hand path is like Team Rose. It's full safety net. If you play Team Rose, okay, you play the Sonic games, they all go through the same stages, but it's different. We're not counting Team Chaotix because their stages are just chaotic. And they don't even have to finish most of the stages. They just gotta collect shit sometimes or find secret shit. So they don't count. But their chaos is woven in through all this. But anyways, Team Rose is like full safety net, full surrender. You know, having people to guide you. It's kind of like training wheels, you know. Like I said, it's not bad. You're not a weaker person. You're not a lesser person, right? And this is for people who, oh, occultism. That's another thing I'm going to talk about on the channel is occultism. And you're not a bad person, right? Because I wasn't even into this like this until I really got into it. But, because I knew about it, but I was like, whatever. But it's crazy how things come full circle. But Team Dark, they play the same stages, but the levels are longer. The battles are harder, right? And Team Sonic is that perfect middle path where it's not too extreme, it's not too hard, and it's not too easy. It's just right? And that's the best way I can describe the middle, left, and right path. And this also describes the left-hand path where you work with darkness or evil. And not evil like, oh, let me harm somebody. No. Because women were called evil, right? Witches were called evil, right? That's a human-made construct, right? So evil in a sense of like taboo, doing things that goes against the norm, like being a nudist. That's evil, right? Being a nudist or being somebody who's a necromancer, that's considered evil too, right? Playing with nature in the most filthiest way possible. Like shit. I gotta find the group of people that do this. But there's a group of people out there, and I think it's like, I don't know if it's a Hindu tradition, but I know it's over there in Asia, where a group of people, they play in shit, they play in filth, they eat meat, and they find divinity through the impurities, right? Like that's a thing. That's like the evil path essentially. You don't have to eat shit or like play in shit to do that. But some people do. You know what I mean? And that's sacred too, because the dream is everything and everyone and everywhere. Source, God, pure imagination, it's everything, baby. And the left-hand path doesn't shy away from that. And I realized through my dreams and being told in my dreams that I'm of the underworld, literally. Because I remember I was walking in this cabin and I had a shirt on and I kept saying, why am I so itchy? And I took the shirt off. And this person was like, because you're of the underworld, right? And she took they were androgynous. They took a picture of me and showed my golden reptilian-like eyes, whatever, right? I remember saying in the dream, oh, well, maybe you shouldn't be near me then. That was my old programming, thinking like, oh, I'm of the underworld, that's bad, that's evil. What if I turn to be a crazy monster? You know. But anyways, this goes into what I was saying about the left-hand path. This describes it perfectly. And I know there are people in the occult scene where they're extremists. My video is not about being extremist. It's about it having all perspectives and loving it and understanding it from like the purest point possible, as much as possible, right? So yeah, I don't want y'all thinking like, oh, well, if I'm a left-hand path, can I be Christian? You can be where the fuck you want to be. If you want to be a Christian and somebody that dabbles in dark magic, as long as it's authentic to you, it doesn't matter, right? As long as you're doing it with unconditional love and purity and authenticity, it doesn't matter what the fuck you do, right? Right. And I want y'all to know, like, this channel is for everybody. I want my channel to be for everybody. Everybody's included. I don't care what your identity is. I don't care what you do. I don't care your beliefs. We can all still be a community and family, right? Doesn't matter. We all can be family, right? Because just because you have family doesn't mean y'all all think the same way, right? Some people might like puzzles. Some people might hate puzzles. Some people might like Mario Kart. Some people might hate Mario Kart. But you're still family, right? Okay. And I want that to be here. So I want us to be respectful and understanding. And if you have genuine questions, just ask. You know, we all are equally the student and the teacher. So I just want to say that. I hope this video is not fucking long. But anyways, this is what I would describe the left-hand path. So watch this. It's from her account.
Autumn note. Autumn note. Shit. Let me try it again.
Should be easy. You're distracted.
I know, Autumn note. Autumn note. Shit. Let me try it again.
Should be easy. You're distracted.
I know, I have a lot going on.
No, you don't. You have this spell, that's it.
So how do you manage it all? Juggling magic and your life.
I don't understand the question. I'm not judging you. I started out like you, and you have a good life, boyfriend. Probably think he keeps you centered.
Kinda.
Or, you know, you're keeping him around in case you fail here and need to fall back. All I know, you have to mean it for magic to work. Something clicks when you're all in, and the real big stuff, you can't do it till you're doing it without a net.
Raymond Ultra. No. Sorry. I love this show. This is one of my #1 favorite shows of all time, The Magicians, right? And if y'all seen in that clip where she was teaching her, like Marina was teaching Julia, I do it because I don't separate it. I don't do it. I do it because I don't hold myself back. Right? And keep in mind, no one is better or worse than the next person. You gotta remember, and this is something I had to learn too, was like, everybody's on their own path. Not everybody's meant to be the most powerful magical being, right? Some people are meant to be scientifical. Some people are meant to be journalists. Some people are meant to be this and that, whatever, right? But to keep it on Magick, some people just aren't meant to go down the darkest path. Some people aren't meant to be fully sovereign. They're meant to be sovereign in their own way, right? And that doesn't make them a slave. It doesn't make them necessarily worse or better. And yes, I can understand why people say that. Like, well, technically they are slaves because they don't have full sovereignty. But you got to understand, a bumblebee will never be as powerful as a lion. But they still can go coexist and understand that they both are important, right? We all know a bumblebee can be crushed by anything, right? But bumblebees still hold a sacred, significant importance in the ecosystem, does it not? And that's how the paths should be looked at, like left, right, or middle. And if you don't even want to go by the paths, this is not, I'm not talking about you have to go. When I'm talking, this is my journey. I also want to make sure nobody feels like they're being pressured or coerced, or they think that something is better than the next. Nothing is better, right? We're all family. We're all learning. We're all growing. If any of us was truly better, we wouldn't be here in physical form, right? If you want to use that, theory. But that's my whole thing. That's my whole gnosis on the physical form. I'll make a whole video on the shit that I learned while being physical, and how physicality, this is the most purest form you can be. This is just as pure as being part of the void again, right? We're going to talk about that in another video. But what I was saying is, these paths are just a way for us to understand each other, right? They're just a way for us to understand each other. And going back to what I was saying, that it was a spectrum, I found out that and it makes sense because I never felt like absolute darkness, right? I'm a very dark person, but I'm also very sweet and colorful and rainbow person. My favorite color is pink, periwinkle, purple, rainbow, lavender, red, black, gold, rose gold, silver, moon silver, and other colors that I don't know exist yet. Alright? Like, my favorite color is literally pink. But I'm like the darkest person you can ever meet. But also, at the same time, I'm the very sweetest person you can ever meet. And I had to understand, like, because the way that it's a lot of occultists who do this, where, like, they're either full light, full dark, or full middle, and they kind of shame or judge the other person. And we're not here to do that. And if you're full dark, if you're full light, if you're full middle, but here's what we need to understand. Just because we're full dark, full middle, full light, we all still have to interconnect, right? Just because a owl comes out at night doesn't mean it's not part of the ecosystem as a whole, right? Like, every being in the ecosystem is connected, even if their paths are different, right? And we have to understand that it's also a spectrum. Now, going back to what I'm about to say here, I learned that I'm 82% dark, 82% left-hand path, 14% middle-hand path, and just 2% right-hand path, right? And that's to show you that nothing is ever truly pure, right? Because we have to have all, and I'm going to talk about this in the video, but we have to have all parts of ourselves. We can't just have this and that. And this is one of the quotes that I made up, right? The darkness produces light. The light holds the darkness. The darkness produces light. The light holds the darkness. We feed upon each other constantly to sustain ourselves, because if we have one extreme over the other, we know how that ends up, right? Even in chaotic realms, there's still some type of harmony, synergy between the light and the dark. You know what I mean? And the neutral, right? You gotta understand that within the entire dream, we have a spectrum, a rainbow, right? An imagination. So, yeah, like I said, I'm gonna touch on a lot of this stuff when I make separate specific videos on this, but I just want to say that, like, this is one of the things that I learned too, was like, I am heavily darkness. I love sovereignty. Like, another thing is my I guess everybody has this. Well, I know everybody has this, but I don't know like to the degree, because obviously I have more than this, and I'm pretty sure we all do too, but I have 4 primary um spirit family members that watch over me, right? And that first one, well, it's no real order, but it's Mama. I call her Hecate. Hecate, Asmodeus, Beelzebub, and Baal Hadad. Those are my four primary beings. But then I have other beings too, like Merlin, the fairies, the dragons, Ningish Zita, aka Thoth. Of course I have my star family too, Pure Imagination, my sibling, my higher self, obviously, right? Lilith, my African ancestors. Who else am I missing? I think that's it. Oh, Medusa, Morgana Le Fay, right? I'm connected to all those beings, but I have 4 primary beings that weave into me, and that's Hecate, Mama, Daddy, Asmodeus, Papa B, Beelzebub, and Father Baal Hadad, right? Those are my 4 primary rooted family members that watch over me, right? So yeah, that's fine. Understanding who and what I am. Yeah, and it took me a minute to get here. But those 3, even before that, but even more so, because I started this little Dark Knight of the Soul, because I've been going through my Dark Knight, right? But for the past 3 years now. Technically, we're all going through it our entire lives, ever since we're born. But we're incarnated into a physical... Hold on. Sorry. I was sitting on a onesie and it was getting my butt hot. I don't like that. But as I was saying, I'm gonna start showing my face on here more. Oh! I'm gonna start showing my face on here more. So yeah, because I've been wanting to do it. We're here now. There's nothing that's changed. Oh, go follow my gaming channel too. It's in the description. It's in the description, I think. What's it called? Solar Gaming. SOLARR Gaming. But it's in the description. It should be. But yeah. So more recently, the past 3 months is when I decided to, like, I'm fully going balls to the wall. I'm really going in. Like, I gotta know. I can't, because my whole life, like, I've been going through this, but the last 3 years, when I finally quit my job, I had a lot of systems within inside myself that I had to break, right? Around money, jobs, my worth, just everything. And the last 3 months was this has been very, very crucial for me, very, very important for me. Because I needed to be absolutely away from everybody, right? Like, I mean everybody. Because when I tell y'all, I'm like a demon anyway. Or like, people call me, they say oh my god, they say I live in the Bat Cave. Or a demon, or a dragon's den. I call it a dragon's den or a demon's den, but they say I live in a Bat Cave. They call me Batman because I'm always in the dark. Yo, I love the dark. And I was thinking about that the other day, a few days ago, I think last week. I was like, I am a real demon. I'm a real bat, aren't I? Like, I'm a real dragon. I just love the darkness in my solitude. I love the darkness. Like, 99.99% of the time, the only light you're going to get in this room is either natural lighting or from my TV. That's it. Or if I'm reading a book and I have my little book light on. That's all you're getting. Or from my phone every now and then. But that's it. You ain't getting no real light in here. I hate the light. If it's not natural lighting, I don't care about it. And even with natural lighting, I still prefer the darkness, right? I still love natural lighting too. Of course. But I can't stand real artificial light like that. And I just can't stand having too much light. My room is usually pitch black or it's dim. That's how I would have my house. Either pitch black or dim. Of course, you're gonna have TV light, but if you go in my house, you're like, so I'm scared. It's okay. Yo, I'm scared. I'm gonna tell you. I'll turn it on dim, but I'm not turning my lights on because first of all, I know for a fact that I will conserve energy and save money because I don't use light like that. I remember up there on my ceiling, I have a light bulb placement thing. And I remember having one light bulb ever since the 8th grade. I had it from the 8th grade all the way up until the end of high school. That one light bulb. So my light bulbs last for like at least 5+ years before I have to change it. Even more, technically. Because the light goes on for 2 seconds and I turn it off. If I'm really needing to look for something that I misplaced, okay. And I don't feel like using my flashlight, I'm like, okay, I'm turning it on. Sorry, y'all. But this is not a formal video. This is not a formal video, so calm down. This is not recent, but this was also part of my 3-year journey of going through the Dark Knight. But more recently, I've been going through the Dark Knight of the Soul. I want to separate those two. They both are still connected. But when I was going through my Dark Knight from like 2 years ago up until now, up until like 3 months before now. So when I was going through my Dark Knight about 3 years ago, I was going through the Dark Knight. Like I was just burning a lot of stuff that didn't allow me anymore. And of course I was still rebuilding too. But with these past 3 months, I was really building. I was like, yo, I was going extra hard. But what I was gonna say was, it's called unmasking, right? And accepting the fact that you have ADHD, autism, and dyslexia. That's also what I have. I want to let y'all know that. Because in one of my videos before this one, y'all gonna see like I can't really read like that. I'm not illiterate. I'm not fucking illiterate, so don't do that shit. But I just am dyslexic, okay? And I struggle with spelling stuff and reading sometimes, but that's okay. That don't mean I'm stupid, right? That mean I'm fucking stupid or less intelligent. I have creative intelligence. I have an imagination, so it's all that matters. And magic. But yeah, understanding. Oh, that's what I'm gonna say. That I'll make a video about. Like I said, all this stuff that I'm talking about, I'm going to have video specifically on it. So I just want to brush up on it now. Understanding who I am, what I am, and I'm understanding that I'm pure imagination. Going back to my video on my channel, actually, the time I channeled 9 beings, I realized that me and pure imagination are siblings. Like I look at pure imagination as siblings, right? And I have a video talking about this, about the void, God, and me. Well, the void and God, right? And God and source is what most people call pure imagination. And that's the part of, how do I put it? That's God, yes. But that is not fully God. That's why it's like, I'm not going to talk about this too much because I have a video that talks about this. I'll put it in here, but because I don't feel like going through all that right now. But I have a video talking about what God is, what source is, what pure imagination is, what the void is, right? And just have an open mind. And I want y'all to see if y'all resonate or if y'all can not comprehend, but like if y'all can like, okay, I can see where they're coming from. Because that was my little download that I got, right? And I see the void, which y'all call God, and Magick itself as my siblings. That was one thing that I had to understand what that meant for me. I don't see them as just tools or just beings that exist. No, they're my siblings. That's my core family. My core family. But yeah, because the void and no, I'm not gonna get into it because just know I have a video talking about the void, the source, what imagination is. I'll probably take a screenshot and put it up here so y'all can see which one to go to, and I'll make sure to put a little tag up here as well somewhere in the video. Knowing me, considering this not a formal video, I'm not gonna rewatch this video and go through it and edit shit. That's why I paused the video when I did, because I'm not editing shit. Okay, I'm finna get what y'all get. So I'm gonna have a little tag up here, what pure imagination is, what source is, and I'll have the playlist of that at the end of the video. So yeah, learning that I'm imagination, like that's just who I am. Like I am. That's my archetype. It's my core. Who I am. Imagination. Oh. And this is I was meant to dream before astral projecting, and a lot of us think, and like I said, I'm making a video specifically on all these stuff, but a lot of people think that you want to astral project, and some of y'all astral projected, and then y'all get scared and hop back in your body. Well, that is also about to lead into what I'm about to say, and also that reason, and because some of y'all a lot of y'all aren't supposed to astral project yet, because most of us already disassociate. A lot of us aren't even in our bodies fully, right? Or enough to be astral projecting anywhere, right? And I know I was, especially ever since I was 5 years old. Life can fuck you up, put it that way. And I was disassociated. And I know a lot of people are, right? And we want to fly before we can even crawl. And some people came into this life to astral project. That was part of their contract. That's what they need for their mission to help us all. You might not need to astral project because you might need to be grounded. Okay, we need you grounded here, and we need you to go to the political scene. You know what I mean? I had to understand that too. I used to astral project unconsciously every time I meditated. It was unintentionally, right? But then when I wanted to actually do it, my team, they locked me in my body. Because I wasn't, my family, my team, the Galactic Federation, they locked me in my body because I wasn't supposed to astral project yet. And I know that now, especially now, I knew that a year ago, but now I know that obviously, because if I astral projected before I was ready, y'all, I would not be here. I would not be here, and I'm being honest, I wouldn't. And they knew that. I would not be in my body. When I talk about disassociate, no, I would have if I had full control of astral projection, I would not. I'm telling you for a fact, I know me. I wouldn't be here because for so long I wanted to escape my body and escape this physical realm. And a lot of us want to astral project to do that. It's always good to start with the dreams first. And I meant to walk the dreams, to be a dream walker like the Scarlet Witch from the Multiverse of Madness. I meant to be a dream walker. I meant to understand dreams and shape dreams and other people's dreams and manipulate them. That's actually one of my soul gifts, right? My abilities. And that's another thing that I learned through this Dark Night, right? Was my soul gifts is dreams. Dreams is one of the biggest core archetypes and aspects of my magic, right? Dreams and imagination. Those are like the two biggest cores. And there's some other stuff too, but like, I'm not trying to get crazy. But dreaming and imagination and magic, that's my lane. That's what I'm supposed to bring here, right? And, sweetness magic and all that, candy magic, I like to call it. But yeah, supposed to bring all that stuff here. And we all have different roles we have to play, right? And some of us are just simply meant to have a family. I'm not saying you're meant to get married necessarily. Some people are just come here because they want to have a child. And that doesn't mean you need to be in a relationship with somebody to have a child. It's just saying, like, some people came here to be a parent, right? And that's to be a parent and to be the best parent, to teach their children how to love unconditionally while still keeping up their sovereignty, how to dance with the dream, how to do magic, how to be kind, how to be merciful, yet still knowing when to draw your sword. Some people are meant to do that, and them raising that child to be like that, that child could catapult and be like one of the best people in the entire world that's well known for something, right? So everybody has their own path, and that's another thing I learned too, because I was like, why does everybody want to be powerful? Left-hand path. Why does everybody want to be powerful? I mean, like, they're so weak. Like, you can literally do anything you want to do. Why do you keep limiting yourself? And I had to realize, and I was getting downloads, and I had to sit with myself with the fact that, like, I was being taught that, so, everybody's not you. If you want ultimate power, that's fine. But everybody's not on that path. And I'm like, okay, but like, Why would they want to be weak? And then they were telling me like it's not necessarily about people being weak. People have different contracts, right? Soul contracts. We all soul contracts that existed before this life and 10 other lives before this, right? We have soul contracts that were predestined way before we even thought about coming really physical. And I have to understand that. And I'm like, and I've been going through that process of just really understanding that and just like seeing people for who they are and what they are, right? Because I remember this one story that I had with this ex-friend of mine. I don't know if we're friends, but you gotta take it up with them because they the one acting funny. But Matthew, yeah, I said your name. Yeah, so like I was telling him, I was asking him, we was playing a game one day, and I was asking them, if you had powers, what would they be? And they said telekinesis. And I was like, okay, what would you do with it? And they were like, mind you, they're a Taurus. I fucking hate Taurus, but they're a Taurus sun, right? And they were like, I don't know. And then, I was trying to pry it out of them, like, okay, but like, come on now. You know, like, if you had powers, what would you do? Like, would you fly? Would you teleport? Like, come on. And he was like, I'll get a remote. I paused for a second. I'm like, then Soul said, that's it? Why would you just get a remote? You would literally have telekinesis. You could do anything. Why would you just get a remote? And then, he was like, so I don't fucking know, okay? He yelled at me. And after that, I was like, you know what? I learned my lesson. Fuck it. Fuck it. Guess we both ain't shit. Guess we both ain't shit. Fuck it. Guess we both ain't shit. So I was just like, okay. I learned my lesson there. I don't like being yelled at. Like, I don't. I want to yell? Okay. I'm done. I just shut down. I don't, because I'm not gonna go back and forth with you. But yeah, so that reminded me of that. Like everybody, some people just want to come to this physical world for one lifetime or maybe two, just to be a farm girl, right? Just to be somebody who lives a humble, rural life. And that's sacred too, Like I understand that that's beautiful. I didn't at the time, but I'm really starting to see that everybody's beautiful. I cried yesterday about that too. Well, I cried because, just a side note, it's so sad to think about people who exist. Okay, because y'all know, like, some people, this is like the monk. If you're a monk or a yogi, this is typically your path. Where you transcend, you're the middle path, right? It's getting old. It's like you transcend and go straight to pure the void, right? The truest source, right? You go there and you merge completely. You dissolve. You have no physical form, no aspirations, no desires, no nothing. And I know everybody has their own path, but y'all, to me, that sounds like death. Like true death. I do want to gain all my power back, yes. But I'm not merging with the void again. Fuck that shit. I'm fully sovereign. I'm not finna go back. Y'all not finna take me. But I was crying because, y'all, imagine how many people went back to the void. Dissolved completely to the void again. We lost so many personalities. And I know I'm respecting their own path, but I will always be sad because think about it. That was one less person you could have experienced. How sad is that? Ain't that sad? I'm already about to tear up. Because I hate it. Like, that's selfish. Nobody should merge back to the void. I think that's selfish. I don't care. I respect it. But it's like, I didn't get to experience it. And so many people didn't get to experience it. Because I don't care. I need a drink. Give me a drink, Alex. Yes. You wouldn't know more. I can't. Oh my god, that. And make sure I'm good. Make sure there's no snot or anything. Okay. I forgot how she did it. But anyways. Okay. Oh, wait. Yeah, some people are meant to astral project that because that's not your path. It's not saying that you can never astral project, but it might be harder because you have your curriculum, your study of focus might not need you to astral project. That might, you astral projecting before you're ready, literally could fuck your entire plan up that you had here. Your entire, remember, you don't see what they see. That's no way to put it. So keep that in mind. And if you really want to, contact your star family, your infernal family, your witch family, your monster family, your angelic family, your fairy family. Contact your higher self and see what's going on. And that's what they told. My star, well, it was, I think it was the Galactic Federation. That's what it felt like when I was talking, when I was channeling them. They did, and I knew it because I knew I was gridlocked. My astral body was gridlocked in my body, was because I kept going around, I kept saying out loud, I feel like I'm stuck. Why am I stuck? Why am I trapped? And this is before I started realizing that channeling was my gifts. That's one of the things that I can do well, apparently, is channel. So y'all will be getting channeling on this channel. So stay tuned, like live raw channeling. And yeah. And I'll also be channeling through technology as well. So stay tuned for that. And yeah, so I forgot what I was saying. But oh yeah, that's what they were telling me, was like they gridlocked me because I wouldn't have been ready. I noticed that I can now start astral projecting, but I'm not doing that because I'd rather learn how to dream walk first. Because I want to learn how to shape and manipulate dreams. So, and explore other people's dreams and dream walk into my dreams from other parallel universes. That's another thing that I want to do too. But anyways, yeah, dream magic is one of my specialties and one of the magics that I love the most. So I can't wait to do dream magic more. And also, well, never mind. Yeah, channeling. Like I said, channeling is one of my things that I, within the past 3 months, have really started to do. Y'all, so I'm making separate videos about this, but I channeled so far my demonic family, my fairy family, those little motherfuckers we gotta talk about. My angelic family, also little assholes too. And Hecate, my mama. I channeled the earth, my mama earth. When you channel the earth, I literally started rotating around my room in a calm pace. But tell me why. If you're a channeler or you're somebody who wants to channel stuff like that, but whenever you channel the earth itself, tell me it does not. Let me show you a picture. This is what earth felt like to me. Frutiger era. I call it Frutiger era. But Frutiger era. This is what the earth felt like when I was channeling the earth. I was like, oh, this is Frutiger era. And the earth felt like this. This is why I loved it. I didn't know why I love this art style so much. But it's why. Because it's the earth. It's home. If I describe the earth, this is what I see. Vertical error. Vertical error. Vertical error. Like, tell me it doesn't look fresh and refreshing and revitalizing and free. Vertical error. But yeah, when I was channeling Mama Earth, that's what Mama felt like. But we're gonna get I think I put it at the end, did I? Oh yeah, at the end. So yeah, channeling. I also channeled. Who else did I channel? Baal Hadad, the storm god. Yeah. So, and I'm making videos talking about, because mind you, there's still so much I gotta remember, so much I gotta learn. Right? That's all learning is. All learning is just remembering. So when I say I remember, that's also me saying at the exact same time, oh, I haven't learned this yet. I gotta remember because I forgot, type thing. Because that's the point of coming down here, is to remember in reverse. So yeah, I gotta remember. But yeah, so I just started channeling them, like literally a month ago. So y'all bear with me. It's only been like a month. I didn't gain too much stuff, but I gained enough stuff to talk about. Because you're always remembering and learning and shit, right? So yeah, I want to say real quick, channeling the angels for the first time and seeing my angelic form. After channeling them motherfuckers, why did I clean? I started cleaning the next day. My demon family, we're not gonna talk about them because that's a whole other video. But my fairy family, when I channeled my fairy family, I was lighting incense, a certain incense that I was going through my incense collection and being like, what's this smell like? No, I like this one. There was 2 incenses that I chose. It was a cotton candy one because I thought fairies were like that. And then there was one that was called the Deep Forest or something like that. Enchanted Forest. I gotta go back in my phone and see what that one's called. But the incense for that one was dark green. And so I lit my cotton candy incense. Tell me why they didn't. I lit it. They snuffed it out. Then the second time I lit it, it didn't even burn. Like it burned, but it had no smell, no scent coming off of it. Like it was burning, but it was no scent coming off of it. I'm like, okay, y'all. Y'all like this one then? I lit the Enchanted Forest one. That's the one they liked. I listened to the Enchanted Forest one and played Zelda music and listened to rain music. And yeah, they were adorable. Oh, I also channeled my humans. Yeah, we're gonna talk about the humans that nobody ever talks about. Everybody talks about the Anunnaki, the reptilians, the dragons, the Lyrans, the Sirens, the Andromedans, but nobody talks about the humans. So we're gonna talk about that on this channel too. The humans. I channeled my human form and the human collective, not on this earth, but I mean the evolved humans, like on higher realms, right? The humans, y'all probably didn't know that, did y'all? Because y'all don't think about this stuff. Nobody thinks about this stuff. I don't blame you, because nobody talks about it. But I'm gonna give y'all live messages from the humans and all that stuff, right? So, like I said, this channel is a lot. I finally found my direction, and I'm excited. So I'm gonna say this real quick. It's not too early to say this, but I just want to throw it out there. I am creating a Patreon, and it's gonna have 3 tiers. They're gonna have 3 different things on there, and the higher you go up, the more intense it's gonna be. So I usually recommend tier 2 and 1 for everybody, but don't worry, this is just throw it out there. Nothing's finalized yet. So, but I will have 2 tiers where it's mostly for most people, and then that 3rd tier is for people who are like psychopaths. Not psychopaths, but people who are so like, who just built different. That's what I can put it. Yeah, that's what I give that, because before this year's up, I'm going to create that Patreon. So yeah, I don't know. I don't have a specific date, but I just want to say that. But yeah, and understanding. Okay, so understanding my magic, right? I understood that my magic is. I had to understand what that means for me, right? And yes, this is typically a magic YouTube page, but this applies to everybody, right? Your magic doesn't have to be spell casting. your magic. It's like My Little Pony, right? If you watch My Little Pony, every pony has their own thing, right? Now every pony specializes in magic. And my specialty, understanding how my magic works, I'm like Star versus the forces of evil. The way Star, we'll show a little visual. The way Star Miguel, y'all can see that. The way Star uses her, oh, this is a panda page. The way Star uses her magic, oh, the way Star uses her magic. Ah, can y'all stop? Please. The way Star uses her magic is from her imagination. She doesn't use her magic from a book. Not saying that's wrong or bad. I'm just saying this is how I work. I had to understand that I'm a chaos witch. I go based off instinct, intuition, and my imagination. Right? I do magic like a little kid, essentially. And that's how I do magic. I have to understand what that means for me and how to go about that, right? And understanding my spiritual path and how to align. Oh, going back to like, some people are meant to be doctors. Some people, that's your magic. And we're going to make a video about how everything is inherently magical. Stay tuned for that. But you being a doctor, that's magic. You being a scientist, that's magic, right? That's your magic. That's how you understand the entire dream, right? So, understanding my spiritual path and understanding that I can do magic my own way and still get powerful results. You know what I mean? Magic is the one that relates you. My magic, one of the core components of how my magic works is nostalgia. I usually, and this goes into like what happened in one of my dreams where like I was strengthening my etheric body, right? So I can learn how to astral project and so I can remember more when I do astral project, because a lot of people don't know this, but your etheric body plays a huge role into your astral body, which of course everybody does, because your physical body plays a role into your etheric body, which plays a role into your astral body, which plays a role into your mental, causal, and all that, and all those roles play a role into your physical body. The Oris Boris, where the snake eating itself. And yeah, so understanding that. So I've been strengthening my etheric body with channeling and intentionally doing dream magic. I've been doing that. But I went to the astral plane, or the etheric plane, right? And you know, etheric plane, sometimes you can't see, and sometimes you um can't really move the way you want to, right? So, or if you're not in the etheric plane, it could be your etheric body in the astral plane, right? And the etheric body is a little more denser, right? So when you are in that astral plane and you're using your etheric body, it can be hard to move. And I was watching this YouTuber talk about, oh, if that happens, just chant Om and that'll work. And for him, that worked. But when I did that, it didn't work. Nothing happened. So I was like, well, let me try something different. So what I did was I imagined Master Hand. If y'all know who Master Hand is, if you know who Master Hand is, this is a character from Super Smash Bros. Brawl. They're one of my favorite characters, actually. And when I get an emulator for my Wii, I want to play a modded version of this game. Actually, I'm going to go to YouTube and look that up. But this is Master Hand. They have a sibling called Crazy Hand. But Master Hand is the right hand. And he's order. He's structure. And all that, right? So I imagine Master Hand coming down, lifting me up. And then, if y'all don't know who this is, I summon Master Hand. And then I shouted Phoenix. Y'all know in the comic books or TV show or movie, Jean Grey shouts Phoenix and it fully ignites her power. That's what I did. So I called Master Hand down to pull me up, and I was rising. I was actually rising. My vibration was getting lighter. And then I said Phoenix because a lot of times when we're in the etheric plane, sometimes there are beings that try to hold us down. So that's what was happening to me. I had beings trying to hold me down, but I was using Master Hand to bring myself up. And then I shouted Phoenix and everything dispelled it off of me. My magic is nostalgia. That's a core thing of chaos magic too. Well, it doesn't have to be, but that's a core thing of imagination magic. That's what imagination magic is. It's nostalgia. And I'm gonna get into that. I make a video about imagination and imagination magic and how imagination is far more than just a tool. But yeah, so I combined this spell, this chant with calling and summoning Master Hand, and I was able to, and I'd done that a few times, and it helped me get lighter and lighter. And each time each time my etheric body would go into the astral plane, it would get stronger. So I just want to say that because I know, and it's more instinct now. I don't have to think about it. But yeah, so I want to say that. So yeah, the Galactic Federation. I think if you're here, we all know what the Galactic Federation is, right? And I'm gonna do a video on the Galactic Federation too. I had to make sure I could talk about them, but just make sure I'm not exposing no secrets, obviously, right? Because I want to talk about the Galactic Federation in a way where most people don't talk about it, right? So of course, before I even get on here, I'm a channel, see what I can talk about and what I can't talk about. So just know the information you're going to get will be authentic and raw and pure and real, while still keeping certain information classified and respected. Because if everybody know everything, this whole world will be in chaos. We learn things in increments, just like in this life. So yeah, because I never knew that I had a relationship with the Galactic Federation. But when I did, I started developing that relationship. They started channeling through my technology, actually. And they were telling me about who I am, what I'm here for, what they are. And the Galactic Federation is more than just the Galactic Federation of Light. I just want to say that there are so many components to it, and they made me see like it's much bigger than just this or that, and it's more complex and nuanced as well. So the Galactic Federation, I'm a part of it, but I'm not like I'm a light worker. I call myself a shadow worker, a dark worker, but I'm a starseed, but I'm not like a typical starseed. When I say that, I work with the Galactic Federation, but I'm not. I'm like a person that works with it, but just like barely. Like I work with it when I feel like, okay, they really, really, really need somebody like me here. So let me just go here real quick, and then I'm gone. That's just an example of what I'm trying to say. Like I don't work with them heavily and hard, but I am still a part of their overall ecosystem. I'm still connected to them, right? We're like family who just don't talk a lot. Who just don't communicate with each other a lot because we know we're good. But yeah, so I can only talk about that fully on my channel. But that's one thing I've been understanding too, that I'm part of the Galactic Federation. And that's more of a new thing, by the way. My core family. Oh yeah, we're gonna talk about my core family. We're gonna talk about Merlin, Lilith, Morgana Le Fay, Medusa, my star family. I'm heavily tied to Lyrans and Reptilians, but I also have other families too that I'm going to get into later in life. But those are my big two. Of course, I'm tied to the Nagas and Anunnaki. And I'm a hybrid. I'm also tied to the humans as well. I'm very tied to the humans. Pure imagination, magic itself, and the void, how they're my siblings. So that's another thing. My ancestors, African ancestors, my dragons, fairies, witch family, my demonic family, my monster family, vampiric family, unicorn family, fae family, So I think that's it. So that's where I've been up to. I'm Mind you, this video is just an overview, obviously. So I just want to make sure y'all understand that. But yeah, this is what to expect. Channeling, dream recalls, astral dream recalls, messages. Oh, I separated the two because when you start elevating your consciousness, you realize everything is the dream. Right? There's different dreaming levels, but everything is a dream. So when I say dream recalls, it's not just talking about when I go to sleep, it's talking about in this life, like synchronicities. What do I remember happening in this dream as I'm awake in this version of the dream? Not just the sleeping version of the dream, this version as well, and not just the astral, but all form of dream recall. I'm gonna give y'all messages. We're gonna play games on this channel. We're gonna have better reactions and better reviews because I figured out a formula of how I want to do it. And in the videos that I want to react to, I'm gonna start reacting to YouTube videos as well. I've actually put some in my react to playlist and my watch later playlist, so stay tuned for that. We're gonna have video journals where I just come on here raw and just talk about my journey. And it helps better doing a video diary than it does writing it down. I hate writing shit. Mainly because my handwriting is shit. And it takes too fucking long. And so yeah, I'm gonna come here and do it like Spencer. No, like Teddy does from Good Luck Charlie, how she has a video diary for Charlie for when she gets older. I'm doing that. So video diaries. Special interest. We're gonna have special interest like furries. I'm a furry. So we're gonna have that on here. And who knows what the fuck else, girl. So yeah. This channel will just be a lot. It's gonna be everything. It's gonna be everything. It's gonna be fun. And I invite everybody. I'm putting it out right now. I'm declaring it. I want all people of all paths, of all walks in life, who truly want to just explore more with an open heart and open mind without feeling judged or shamed or misunderstood. I invite all the misfits and all people who are just curious and mercurial to my space. I invite everybody here who's meant to be here. I want everybody to be here. This place is all inclusive. Excuse me. So yeah. Having a camera is weird for me. How do I? Yeah, having a camera is weird for me. So yeah. That's really it. That's all I want to talk about. Oh, I hope y'all heard me. I had the mic over here the entire time. Please tell me y'all heard me. Fucking God. So you idiot. And I was looking at the mic the entire time. Thank God I'm loud. But we're gonna see. I might have to bump up the audio in the video. Fuck. Okay, y'all. Bye. I love y'all.